What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Hustle and Heat Podcast, where we bring this community together, one entrepreneur, one public official, and one businessman at a time. Today, I'd like to welcome a special guest. This guest is a local to Northport, Florida. Some call him Dad, some call him Barber, some call him Coach, and some call him Pendejo. Who knows? Without further ado, I'd like to welcome the one and only Colton Howard. Colton, welcome to the podcast.
Wonderful. That was such a wonderful intro.
Thank
I really
you,
appreciate
sir.
that.
Thank you.
You got it all right, though. That's on the
Except for the last one, right?
No, that's right. A lot of people call me
Colton,
that.
tell us a little bit of about yourself.
Oh, man. First, I just want to say thanks for having me, bro. Like, this is really, really cool. Honestly, what you are doing is something that needed to happen in Northport. I think this is a special thing, and Northport aside, this can go as far as you want it to, and I think it's an amazing thing that you're bringing to the table for a lot of people. A lot of people don't have the moment that they need to say things that they need to say, and this is an awesome platform. And it's not just that it's a cool thing to do a podcast, but like it's even cooler to maintain one and doing one, in my opinion, like, and actually keeping up with it and doing it the right way and trying to make it go as big as it can. I think it's amazing, bro. And I want to say props because I'm a busy person. I know you're ridiculously like busy as well, and doing something like this, I know like you're trying to do this while you're setting up the restaurant and make sure everything's flowing evenly every day, and it's a hard thing to do. So I'm
definitely,
first of all, I'm proud of you, bro, for doing this and making this happen, and second, like, I wish nothing but the best. Is really special and it's cool as hell.
I appreciate that, Colin, and I appreciate you coming on. And like you said, it's about getting other people's voices out there and their perspective and their philosophies, and not just that, getting their word out, what they do for a living, who they are, and how they became. And honestly, it's more about the people of this area and this community than it is about me. Mm-hmm. And I appreciate all the kind words you just said, and I appreciate you coming on.
No, it takes a lot, bro. It takes a lot to do this stuff. I know, because Studio 51, we're trying to do something similar, and we've done our little business spotlight with the videos and cutting hair and everything, and it's hard to maintain it. It's hard to get people racked up to that are interesting. It's hard to keep it going consistently, and it's props,
it definitely is hard, and every week's different. Some weeks are good, some weeks are bad, but as long as we stay consistent and stay consistently doing it, it's definitely a blessing, and it's definitely a fun thing to do, and definitely a great experience to hear other people's stories and perspective, and just be able to debate with people. And that's that's something that some people in this generation lack, is the ability to debate and be able to understand that everybody has their own perspective, their own opinion,
and be open to everything.
Just because maybe you and I don't see things the same way or think of things the same way, doesn't mean that you and I should hate each other. Or just be mad at each other. I mean, life's life, and everyone sees life differently. Everyone has grown up in a different way. So, with that being said, tell us a little bit about your upbringing.
Well, I'm from the state of Wisconsin originally. I grew up north and was there until I was like 12. I had like a really dope childhood. It was a really small town with like 2,000 people, and grew up kind of like, looking back, it feels like a movie. Like, it was just right around the streets, and everybody, and everyone knows everyone. And then coming here, it was obviously like a culture shock, big change, like going from a small school where I had like 40 people in my whole grade to move into here where I go to like Heron Creek Middle School, and it's like there's people everywhere. It's outside. All of a sudden the school's outside. It's not indoors, and it's just a weird thing, and like you're not used to it when you're it's a culture shock, like I said. And moving here was like an eye-opener, made me realize a lot of different things, and I'm grateful to be able to like kind of grow up in both ways, from up north and experiencing that type of life to now being in this type of surroundings and seeing both ways. And it's really special, and I think it's made me kind of who I am in general. And I'm grateful for it. When I moved here when I was like 12, I got into like basketball and sports as quick as I could, so I could make friends and like enjoy my time as a kid. And it was a special time moving here. And then growing up, high school here, Northport High School, and then met my wife in high school.
That's awesome.
Didn't start dating in high school, but it's a crazy story. Is we met, honestly, the first time I seen her was in like 6th grade or 7th grade maybe, when I moved here, and then she had a Wisconsin shirt on my bus, and I'm like, all right, there's my first sign of true love. She's got my favorite, my state on her shirt. Seen her, and I'm like, wow, this is crazy. She's beautiful. Became friends with her over time, and like ended up like just being friends through high school. Never really got to date. Didn't really pan out that way, dating other people or whatever it may be. But became close friends. And then like she moved back to Wisconsin after high school, and then I moved there probably like 6 months later. And I texted her. I'm like, I know you moved out here too. Where are you at? And she said, well, I'm over here. And it was like 10 minutes from where I live. And I'm like, dude, this is crazy. So I, started hanging out up there. And next thing I know, we're building a family and an amazing life. And I've been with her for 13 years now. And we got 2 kids, two daughters, a 12-year-old and a 4-year-old. And now we're back in Northport, and we are been here for a few years now and trying to build our foundation and everything. We built the house, and we're trying to do things like, typical family, and we're enjoying the hell out of it. My favorite part about, like, when you gave me all those titles in the beginning, my favorite one is dad, obviously, and it's super special. And
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about the dad name. As a dad, what is it that you take pride in, and what is it that you do for your children that makes them feel that like you are their dad? And not by like you are their dad, but makes them feel like you are an involved dad and an active father.
Yeah, I'm definitely that. And I think having 2, and they're so far in age, 12, and because I had my first one, Kinsley, when I was 20, and then my last one 4 years ago, Willow. And with the older one, I got to see everything. First time, I'm like new dad, and I'm, no matter what, I'm there from the beginning, and I love that life, and I was grateful to become a dad and everything like that. But when watching her grow up and seeing all the things, you learn a lot of stuff. And the second one, you're like, okay, I got some tricks up my sleeve now. Watch this. I done learned the first time. So it's like, all right, now I'm going to be able to do some things. But
Christian, you taking notes?
So I don't know, like, they're obviously like my life, and that the only thing I care about is on that level, and as well as my wife. But I just watch them grow, and I think it's the most amazing thing. And now that I'm getting older, I'm 32, I realize how life goes by, and I see my daughter, and she's 12, and I remember when I was 12. I moved here when I was 12. I
moved here when I was 12 too.
It's like that's like peak childhood right there, and you remember so many things from that time specifically. So I'm like seeing her go through life, and it's really special because like I can kind of pull the strings on how she interacts with different things or how the experiences she gets, and like I'm kind of involved in like weaving through everything for her, and it's crazy to see, and I'm super grateful. But my oldest is like a little girl version of me, which is what probably the coolest thing, girl
That's
version
awesome.
of me. But it's
and you being my barber, I know how hard you work. I know how many hours you put in working at Studio 51, and not only cutting hair, I know you're very involved with the brand of Studio 51. And I respect that, and I admire that, and I see, you've been cutting my hair for like a year and a half now, maybe 2 years, and I've seen the growth in those year and a half, 2 years, and I've seen where you came from and where you are today.
Are you trying to say I used to suck?
No, I'm not talking about your haircuts, because your haircut's always been on point. But I'm talking about the extracurricular activities that you do, and the extra work that you do. Your boss should be really appreciative of you. Yeah. And I've seen you grow as an individual, and I respect that. I don't know how many hours you put in a week to the brand, but I would, if I had to guess, at least 60, 70.
No, you
know?
Yeah, no, it's a lot.
And with all those hours being worked, how hard is it juggling being a businessman or a barber, a brand official, and being a dad at the same time? How do you make sure that you're still there for your kids?
I think it's putting time aside. You got to do it, but I think it's almost effortless because like that's just, like I said, that's my favorite part of all the titles. So like when I'm home, I'm not the same person I am at work. I get to walk through the door, and luckily my kids are screaming daddy, and they are so happy to see me. And well, not my oldest one, she don't really care. She's getting to be a teenager. My little one though is extremely ecstatic to see me, and it's like the most heartwarming feeling. So like when you get home, you flip the switch, you feel a whole different way, and it's easy to just relax and be home with the kids and enjoy it. But and when I'm at work, and I talk to my wife on the phone when I need to, and we know how to balance everything together. She's my crutch, and we kind of work as, I feel like we're like one person. We think simultaneously together, and we know how to do things. But like when I'm at work, I'm dialed in. I walk in the morning. As long as I have my coffee and a shower in the morning, I'm good to go with just focusing on work. And I take care of all that. I get in the car, and honestly, my secret is sitting in the driveway for about 10 minutes when I get done with work and just let it unwind, chill, try to relax and take a breath. Because when I'm at work, I'm focusing on service, making sure that people are, really taken care of and experiencing something special with not only my chair, but the shop. And that focus is like, it wears down on you for sure. But as soon as I get out of work, I don't have to have conversations. I don't have to work to make sure that, I'm doing the best of my ability and everything. I can kind of chill and then go home and I take care of things. And my wife's been sick the last year. So it's been even harder than I would say.
When you say sick, would you like to elaborate on that?
Yeah. So she had she had an abscess in her stomach. My wife suffers from Crohn's, and she had an abscess in her stomach, and it was a weird thing at first because it happened a year and a half ago ish, and it was something that was kind of scary because she was in the hospital for 3-ish months and had to get this abscess taken care of, and then it turned into something that was basically like a stream or a hole in her intestine, and it was something that took a toll on us as a family. But I think over time, God showed me a lot of different things, and I think perspective is the main thing I took from all of it, and I think it's super amazing. And what happened to her is really upsetting and sad, and you don't want to see anyone suffer, and it sucked every day. But I think we both got a lot of perspective from it. I realized how much she does as a wife, as a mother, because I had to kind of fill both roles for this whole last year. With work and everything too, it definitely is hard, but she kept me grounded. My kids still come give me that same hug, and when I get home, and it just it's easy to be home. But doing mom's job and dad's job is tough. So salute to any single parents. But my wife definitely went through something that's it was tough on her, and I wanted her to not stress about it, but it's impossible. There was a whole year of my wife not being herself anymore. She was kind of stuck. She couldn't really move around or do anything, and it was tough on us. But she's just recently had her surgery and got everything kind of fixed and taken care of, and she's on her road to recovery right now and doing better every day. And
that's awesome.
She made me breakfast the other day. You know what I mean? And we're things are kind of
it's the little things
oh
in
my
life,
God, we're kind of getting back to normal, and it's slow, but it's amazing. And I'm grateful. Like I said, I learned a lot of perspective, and I wouldn't look at things the same way without that encounter with suffering like that, and I'm grateful.
I totally understand. I grew up at 12 years old. I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis, and
Yep.
I really struggled with it for 4 years.
Yep.
And I know it's not the same as Crohn's, but it's very similar.
It was very similar. My wife thought she had ulcerative colitis in the beginning, and then later was diagnosed as Crohn's.
I will say, when you get flare-ups and when you're struggling, it is the hardest thing to deal with on your body, because your mind is gone.
Yeah.
Your mind is gone at that point because your body's so worn out that you can't even think straight. And I will say, as a client and hearing the stories you have been through within the past year with your wife, it's really respectable what you've been able to accomplish with your kids and your family, and
I appreciate it,
stand by your wife's side. And I've seen how worried you have been over the years, and I just want to say that you deserve all the love and appreciation, man.
Yeah, and I mean, I couldn't do it without her. She's holding it down too at the same time. She's keeping me grounded. But yeah, I appreciate it. And like I said, the perspective gives me some more strength and keeps me pushing to all the other things. And bro, I'm definitely everywhere with, I was mom and dad, I was barber, I was manager of the shop, and I'm a coach now too. And I picked that up. My doctor told me I need to put something down and stop taking on so many things. And I'm like, you're not gonna take any. I love them all. You can't take none of these things from me. So and then basketball started. My daughter plays basketball. She's 12 years old. She plays for Imagine Middle School and JV, the JV team too. And I got the opportunity this last year to start coaching. And this year I became the head coach of the middle school team. And
how's that going?
Oh, it's amazing. When I say, I love barbering. This is making me, oh my God, I love this too. And it's cool to be able to do both. It's hard to do both. But it's I'm because I grew up playing basketball, and when you get away from it for so long, you get back into it, like, dude, I miss this so much. It's cool. And
How
then
rewarding is it to see all the kids that you coach excel with their skills and get better every day? And when you guys win games, or
so,
you know,
I think, like I said, with my favorite part of parenting is like seeing the kids grow and helping them kind of go through life. And I think it's the same thing with basketball, because I'm watching all these kids get better and I'm helping them, I'm guiding them. So it's not, I don't just have like 2 kids anymore. I got a bunch that I have a hand on this to make sure that they are kind of guided in a different way. And sports to me is like the most, in school, there's a lot of things that you need to be successful, but like I think the discipline and the teamwork and the chemistry you can build with camaraderie and all that, like all the things that come from team sports and sports in general, they teach you so much for life. Like there's so many things for like as far as discipline, and you know, you push yourself to limits that like you wouldn't have to. My daughter she's on the JV team now too as a 6th grader, which is crazy, but she's getting pushed in JV to like there's a lot more conditioning, right? And I assisted coach with that, and there's a lot more conditioning, a lot of running, and you know, and pushing herself to a limit that she didn't know she could get past. And she would get stuck in certain situations where like, oh my God, how do we keep doing this? And it's like, you don't think you can do it, but you can and you will. And when you do it, you'll see that you can do it, and now you're stronger. And it's the most amazing feeling to see someone go through that after, you know, you've been through it, teaching someone else that. And it's not just that day you learned something and you know, you had a good day. You got something that's a piece to the foundation of like the character you're going to be in the future. And it's crazy that sports can do that. And over time building is crazy.
Do you link coaching with fatherhood as
Absolutely.
well?
Yep.
You think
absolutely.
Fatherhood prepared you to be a coach?
Yeah, I don't think if I had kids I'd be near as good. I coached my brother and sister when they were younger, and the coach I was then, that was like rec league, so it was a little simpler. But like the coach I was then was way different than like what I am now. I'm able to talk with the kids, you know, specifically to make sure that they can understand me. I know how kids don't listen. I know how kids don't, you know, fully comprehend what you're saying all the time. So I know how to kind of break it down more simplified to where they really can pay attention to me. And the same thing is when my daughter's not listening or something like that, and she's kind of bending the rules or being like disobedient, then it's like, all right, well, I'm taking your phone. You're going to bed for the night or whatever it is. You got some, you know, some rules. And with them, it's like, you guys aren't listening, bro. Baseline, get your butt on the line because we're gonna run. You know, there's a lot of similarities, but it's cool to see them grow. It's cool to watch them get better, and we are winning games. We won a championship last year. We're hoping to here in the next couple of weeks win another one. And I'm like, yeah, I'm having the most fun. It's amazing to be a part. And imagine it's like an awesome school. It's a really cool school. It's something that we wanted to get into because I kind of believed in like their values and how they shaped up the school, and everything is like, it's smaller, so it's more attention to detail. It's they got an eye on things, you know what I mean? So I love being a part of it. I'm a staff member of the school. I never thought I'd say something like that, but it's amazing. And yeah, I'm grateful to have that like in my life for sure.
Well, that's awesome, and I can see the passion that you have for it. As far as coaching goes, so you know, you're a father at the house, you're a coach at the middle school. Mm-hmm. When it comes to a barbershop, when you're managing, you're sitting in that front chair cutting somebody's hair. How does that all incorporate to what you do at the shop and what you do for other barbers that are cutting hair alongside with you? Because I will say, over the years of me going to Studio 51, I've seen a lot of newbies come in there, mm-hmm. and I've seen you do a lot for them.
Yeah.
So
I like to take people under my wing for sure. I mean, recently we hired my little brother. He's 26. He saw kind of how much I love barbering, and he knows I'm passionate. He knows that I've always been a creative person, and he's the same way. We've always been artistic people from like the jump. We've always been into anything artistic, and he's seen that, and he wanted to be a part of it, and he went to school, and I helped him the whole way through, and he's like getting it. In the beginning, he sucked. In the beginning, he was terrible, just like most other people, but I was like, oh my God, my little brother's gonna do this. I hope he doesn't fail. I want to see him be successful. And this kid turned the corner, and like, thanks to, you know, some hard work and like actual dedication, like he turned the corner and made it to where he's getting to be like a really good barber, and I can't be more proud. And that's just my brother. And I still feel that same way when I get like any other new barbers in the shop, especially like new barbers that are out of barber school. Like I'm always wanting to make sure that they are building their confidence and like maintaining, you know, good service throughout everything, but still like building their skill, building like customer service to me is the really important thing. And I try to teach people how to deal with people and how to, you know, kind of guide their way through a service and everything like that. And you know, the clippers and all that you can learn in time, but like we like to get people from school because they're kind of fresh minded, and the newer generation is learning like customer service is really important, as opposed to like making sure that, you know, like cutting is always gonna be important too, but both, if you can do both, it's crazy. And that at Studio 51, like that's like the epitome of what we're going for, is trying to like focus on customer service and taking care of people and giving them the right experience, and from start to finish, like when you walk in the door to the end. And that's, to me, that's like where the industry's going. So like I get a lot of excitement like helping the new barbers kind of learn that and become that. And like me in Studio 51, we like this peanut butter and jelly, bro. Like it's exactly where I need to be, because it all comes together. Like we are the same type of vibe. I really focus on all those types of things. Customer service. If I wanted to just do hair cutting, I'll go somewhere else, but I really care about what we're doing. And yeah, so like there's so many things that we're trying to do better. And
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
5 years? There's a million different things, bro. It's crazy.
Mainly.
First of all, in 5 years, oh man, dude, I'll be 37.
Where do you see yourself at 37?
Crap.
Your kids will be what? 19 and 9?
No, 17.
17 and
Well,
9?
like 17, 18. Oh, dude, no. We don't have to have that conversation, bro.
That's an important question.
No, it's yeah, you gotta have 5-year plans, and I always do, but I haven't been in this part of my life where the kids are gonna grow into that setup. But I definitely want to see not just myself evolve, but the industry keep evolving. I want to keep pushing it to that, and I want to like see it become what it needs to become. I think salons are like a perfect example of like customer service and taking care of people the right way. And barbershops are kind of like, the culture has always been a little more like, it depends on where you're at. It could be more hood. It could be more, you know, quick in and out. It's just.
I mean, that's the beautiful thing about business, is everyone has their own way.
They can do their own way.
And
yep.
everyone has their own customers. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, and I want to cater to a certain audience, a certain clientele, and show them that this is how it should be. And we got to keep pushing that bar. And I want to make sure that people enjoy their service and know what the value is of a real haircut experience, and not just, you know, and there's no, like, Great Clips is a great place. They do their thing a certain way, and there's nothing wrong with that. And, you know, Joe's Barbershop does their thing a certain way. And everyone, that is, like you said, the beautiful thing of owning business. You can kind of do it how you want. But I think as a whole, bringing the industry up, people need to see that, you know, how haircuts are supposed to be treated. There's a whole lot of things we could talk about on, you know, the industry itself, but just keep raising the bar, at least in Northport and surrounding areas, because our goal is to keep expanding, keep bringing in more shops, because we want everyone to experience it. And I mean, there's so many things we can do, and it's a matter of time for sure. We've got 2 shops now in Northport, and third one is, we're working on it, and we want to keep pushing it out. Yeah, for sure.
That's awesome, and I hope that you guys continue to prosper, and I wish you guys the most success as you continue to grow.
Thank you.
I keep seeing you looking down at your table. You're looking down at the food, and we're going to try something new today. Dubs is introducing a monthly special. So this month we're featuring a Dubs flatbread. I made a homemade barbecue infused marinara sauce. It's going to be topped with mozzarella cheese, our street corn, mixed greens, and a balsamic glaze, as well as pulled pork and red onions. Colton, I would like you to try said flatbread and give me your honest opinion. If you hate it, you hate it. If you love it, you love it. If you like it, you like it.
I know what I hate, and it's the fact that you put this here when I'm trying to do a freaking interview.
I know. I keep seeing you looking down, guy.
This pizza's called what? The Colton?
The what?
The Colton is what you call it?
Yeah, the Colt, for sure. The studio pizza.
First time I've ever not only had corn on my pizza, but thought about it. Bro, do you make this before? Did you make this for somebody else yet? Was it? Right.
That's my 3rd time making it.
Okay.
2nd time making the sauce.
The corn got like this little pop that's like cool on pizza. I'm not gonna lie. And the meat, like, bro, you have some some barbecue on it. That's amazing. And the marinara actually is like a perfect blend. Now, I'm not hyping you up. This is kind of special. 1 to 10, hold on. Let's go in for that second bite.
Yeah, don't forget to bite the crust,
You want
too.
ASMR or no? You want ASMR? Let's go in for that second bite.
Maybe 4. Stop caressing the mic.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. That's really good. Let's go in for that third bite. Hold on.
Please come back after we're done eating this pizza.
Okay. Scale 1 to 10?
1 to 10. Honest opinion.
Now, it's been sitting here. If it was even like right out of the oven, this is really good like this because it's all settled. Out of the oven, this would be even crazier. But, dude, that's like to me, a little drizzle of never mind. This is like a 8.7, 9.
Wow.
Anybody else?
Wow. Let them try
You
it.
guys should try this because, hold on. Let's go in for that fourth bite.
Jesus Christ. Let the people try it.
I really appreciate that.
No problem, man.
Bro, the corn, like seriously, there's a cool little pop on there.
I appreciate that.
Good little sequence. I like the balsamic too. Adding a little sweet when you got something salty like that.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. I got a very sophisticated palate, so like you giving me that and letting me, trusting me to make that.
So
that
talk
grade.
to us about your palate. How'd you build that palate?
Dude, I had a palate joke right there, but I'm not.
Huh?
I don't know, dude. Over time, I've been in a lot of different situations, and I remember when I moved out of my house, out of my mom's house, and had to make a life of my own, and we were, whipping up mac and cheese to start things, and then you start getting a little more sophisticated. But then I got a job at Carrabba's, and being like kitchen manager, and I learned a whole bunch of things, obviously. Like, so I have a different appreciation for restaurants now than I ever have and ever will, and knowing like what goes into it. I did like wine tastings for 150, 200 people, setting up amazing dinners, 3 courses. And so I know what goes into this, and a lot of respect for someone that can run this successfully, consistently for years. It's crazy, bro.
5 years,
yeah,
baby.
props to you, bro. That's crazy. Because
6 in June.
it's not easy, because sometimes you almost want to throw hands with some people.
Bro. Sometimes it's crazy.
Yeah,
More like every other day.
Bro, tensions fly. And I'm a Gordon Ramsay kind of guy, you know what I'm saying? I like to, if I pull my accent out and start cussing, but I'm...
Let's hear the accent.
No, we're not going to do it. But
Let's hear it. Come on, my friend. Let me hear that accent, my friend.
oh my
Get
God.
the fuck out my kitchen, my friend.
See, that's the attitude you got to have, man. 'cause
Welcome
then
to
people take it serious.
7-Eleven. How do you like the pizza?
Okay. Yep, facts. 7-Eleven. That's the
Would
score
you
I'll
like
give it.
a hot dog, my
I'll give that
friend?
pizza a 7 out of 11. For sure. Oh, no. But yes, that was one of my endeavors, though. I've done a lot of different things before I barbered. And, yeah, kitchen work was fun. Fun little stint where I definitely gained a lot of respect.
Yeah.
I've done so many things, though. But I'm glad to be where I am now. Thanks to COVID, I got an opportunity. I don't want to say thanks to COVID because that's crazy, but I got an opportunity to be a barber. And it changed my life for sure. I'm super happy.
I feel like a lot of people got a lot of opportunities presented to them during
It sucks
COVID.
because it's such a sad thing, but like,
It's weird. It's the weirdest thing ever. But a lot of people, you either suffered or really gained a lot during COVID.
yeah.
And that's how, like,
Or chilled in quarantine and waited.
Yeah. I mean, at the same time, like, during the quarantine, I'm sure a lot of people had time to, like, just actually sit back
Well, that's when my
and
kids
really
were getting
think
homeschooled
about
too.
what they wanted, you
I
know?
was like sitting with my kids and like we were having to do schoolwork, and I ended up getting, because my wife had health issues that I was like worried where I was at. I was at a distribution center, just working my butt off, and she was worried when COVID started. And someone at my job got it in this big warehouse. They got it, and I was like, oh my God, someone got it. She's like, you cannot go back. Please don't do that. And I'm like, all right. So I talked to the business or the HR lady, and she's like, if you want to leave, like we understand, we can respect that, and we can try to get you unemployment. And I got unemployment, and I'm like, okay. And they gave me a good amount every week where I was like really grateful. And then I got the opportunity, like I can take this money, I can do something I want to do right now because I have nothing to go do, no obligations as far as work. I can go to barber school like I've always kind of thought about and never really pushed to do. Because once you have kids, it's hard to just jump in to go to college or something
No,
like that.
100%.
So like I got the opportunity and I took it. And Steven, the owner of the shop, I've always gone to Studio 51 since I was a kid. Like when high school, I was, I think 16, I started going there when the shop like opened. And I always like was super, like I couldn't believe like the stuff they were doing as far as like sharp lines and all. Me, I'm a kid from Wisconsin. Like either your mom cut your hair in the kitchen or we started buzzing it in the garage. So like seeing it become what it did and the industry getting pushed into Northport. And I call them like the pioneers of Northport. There's like these set guys like Steven, like Pedro, like Ariel, and there's so many Gabriel, there's so many guys that like were the foundation that all sprouted out and to do different things in like every corner of Northport. And I'm really like appreciative of all of them. Watching it start from there to where it's going now and everyone's kind of doing their own thing. It's really special. But like from that start, I'm like, yo, Studio 51 is crazy. The sharp lines and like how you can do a fade. And, to me, it blew my mind. And then I moved back up north after high school, and I would go look for a haircut somewhere like similar, and I could not find anything. And I'm like, in the city of Madison, Wisconsin, it was hard to. There was one shop that was like, I didn't really like it though, but I could never find. It was an Asian lady or something like, you want the hair? Like, why you want the line? And
There's
I'm like,
accent.
I'm like, there's accent.
We finally got it.
She's like, why? I'm like, I want to line up and this and this. She's like, no, why you want to line? I'm like, I want to look fresh, and I could never get the same like feeling. I could never replicate it. But then I came back here, went right back to Studio 51, felt that feeling again, and then COVID happened, became a barber, got to work for the place that I've always enjoyed, and like, it's full circle for sure. It's cool as hell.
Now you're the man.
And I do
That's
all the
awesome.
social media and all that stuff
And
now.
you do a great job,
I feel like
man.
I brought it up a little bit. And
Fun fact, Colton made the one of the videos on the Dubs page, and he
Yeah.
did a great job doing
Yeah.
it.
I
I think we
camera
have
work,
like
for sure.
49.7 thousand views on it.
Yeah, it's just because the video is so good, probably.
Yeah. You know, bring your nose a little bit down, buddy.
Yeah, my bad. I do camera work though, for sure. Like
Yeah.
camera work is the other side of my creativity. I just enjoy anything artistic.
So
And
let's go back a little bit. You graduated from Northport High School, right?
2011.
In 2011. It is 2026 now. What do you
ain't gotta
feel
say that.
is different with the Northport area, the Northport High School, the students, the people?
Well,
from-
first of all, it's low taper fades.
Huh?
And it's low taper fades. That's all.
Low
That's the
taper
only
fades, that's
difference.
the difference?
Yeah, no, I don't know. There's so many things that changed, and it's weird to see for sure. And someone told me the other day, it was like, that was in my class with me, graduating class. They're like, yo, it's been 15 years. I said, you shut your mouth. Like, that's ridiculous. I don't ever want to hear that. That's crazy.
Yo, that's been 15 years.
It's like, I want to, bro, that's insane. So, yeah, after depression set in from hearing that, like, you realize, like, dang, man, it's crazy. Yeah, we're someone like me is helping bring up another generation after generations since. And, I mean, Northport is so different compared to what it was. And a lot of it's for the better, and it's amazing that it's growing so much. It sucks that it's growing so much because, like, I think where I'm from, a small town, I like that culture. I like how everyone's close-knit and, like, really cares about community. And everyone knows everyone. And I felt that way, like, to an extent in Northport when I was going here in high school. Maybe because I was in high school, but, like, it felt smaller even though it was a bigger scale, like, town. But now I can't go to Walmart. Like, I see clients I know and stuff like that, but I go to Walmart, there's a million people I'd never seen before. Or, I mean, the town's growing so much, there's so many things. And I miss that really close-knit feeling. So that's why I, like, appreciate stuff like this, because it's bringing more people together. And I want to see that continue. I think the culture is so important for where you're at. Like, if you go to Miami, there's a culture. I mean, it's
100%.
not a close-knit like ever. I mean, there's people protecting each other and
Yeah.
things of that nature, but it's like, if you have that, it's more special experience living there, and people see it for what it is, and they act differently. And I really think
say
that's
it all
important.
the time. No matter how big of a city we're in or how big of a city it is, there's always a community in that city.
Yep.
And, you know, that's why I started this podcast, was to bring the community together. And I feel like we have a great community here in Southwest Florida.
Yep.
From Northport all the way to Punta Gorda. And hopefully one day I can branch off into Cape Coral, Fort Myers, Sarasota, Venice.
Yeah, that'd be
you know?
amazing.
And
it's
just
not
keep
going to happen
going.
without doing it. Like,
No, and you have to try, no matter what. Like, for all the people watching right now, no matter what your dreams are, how big you're dreaming, you are failing if you don't try. You
Yeah.
are failing 100%. And even if you fail at trying, at least you tried, because you don't want to be 70 years old and be like, man, I should have tried that.
You don't want to be 40 years old and say that. You don't want to be,
Yeah.
you know, you got to go for it. It's just in our community, like, we're not going to be a better community unless we try to be one, and we have to try to raise the standard and bring everyone together. And we care about that at studio. I know you care about that, and that's why we work together. And we did the Studio Stone where we brought people together every single week, and that was amazing. And
that was a cool movement. And
yeah,
you guys just recently stopped doing it.
yeah.
What happened there?
It was nothing like specific. It was, man, it's a lot of work every single week. Like having to pull the riddle together. So every week, if anyone that doesn't know, we had a stone that we handcrafted to be the Studio Stone, where we put it out every single Sunday at 12 o'clock. And if you find the stone, you get rewarded with a free haircut service, Dub's barbecue appetizer, the Q ice cream, Pink Fire pizza, Lola Blue. They're amazing. Like they make soaps and different things for women and men. And there's so many companies that were involved. Cat's Candies, Planet Smoothie. You get free things from all those businesses. So putting the stone out, if you find it, you get all these free things, which is come out to like a $200 value for every week that people would bring up together. And like I would make a riddle every single week where I used to make music, so my lyricism is kind of like I would write these riddles and I'm like, bro, that's a bar.
Freestyle
like,
for us.
clean.
Freestyle right now.
Hey, yo, no. So
Come on.
nah, chill. But the riddles were hard, but like I had a lot of fun doing it. It kind of brought me back to those little roots.
Yeah.
But I would also use ChatGPT too if it was like really struggling. It would give me like a foundation
Shout out,
or a
Chat.
formation to kind of put it. Yeah, shout out. But it was just so like to do it every single week and come up with a new place every single week and always, be safe with what we're doing and not like put anyone in danger. Like if I was gonna put it at the dog park, like, oh, that's a great idea, put it at the dog park. You can't put it in the dog park because there's freaking dogs. So maybe we'll put it in the parking lot in the dog park.
What if the dog takes it?
Huh?
What if the dog took it?
See,
That's a
way out
thought.
our options here. But then you got to cater the riddle to like match exactly where it might be, and you don't want to confuse nobody. You want it to be hard, but you don't want it to be too hard. Every week it was just very demanding and difficult, and I don't know, but it was something that we wanted to pull people together in the community, and people that played had a lot of fun, and I noticed that every week people were enjoying it. They were having family visit and they'd take their family to go do it, or every time someone would come into the shop and tell us that they saw what we're doing with it, they're like, oh man, you guys are really cool with how you're doing it. And we I don't know, it's just the epitome of trying to pull the community together, and it was the funnest thing ever. But I think in the future we might do it here and there because it just became very demanding, and we don't want to get away from it for too long, but we're definitely taking a break for right now. We gave away so many things, and all of our business partners that were involved were amazing like you guys, and it was a cool adventure, and that's just like something that we like doing, just anything we can, because the community, like I said, I keep harping on it, it's the most important thing to us, because without it, we're not us. Like it just doesn't happen. Like we have to have our supporters, we have to have our people that pull us together. And I've seen
100%.
people come into the shop that are down and someone pull them up. I've seen, and that barbers are therapists in themselves, but I've seen clients help other clients. I've seen so many situations where we can look out for
nothing's more
people.
therapeutic than sitting in that barber chair.
Yeah.
When you're having a bad day and your barber's
It's
like,
therapeutic for you to be the therapist. Like when you are taking care of somebody and you're giving them a good, conversation that they might need, you kind of like reflect and the stuff you're able to say, and then think, I know that stuff because I had to go through that stuff, and wow,
100%.
I'm growing, and look at myself, self-reflection, and you're like, oh, this is really
and
cool.
life's all about growing and learning, and
That's my favorite part of life.
You wouldn't be wise if you didn't learn from others, because everyone goes through similar things in life, and everyone goes through things in stages. And if you're able to have access to somebody's words that has already been through what you've been through, it's very helpful.
Soak it in.
And life can get very stressful, and sometimes you can feel alone. And if you can help, if I can help in any way, like it's a blessing.
Yeah.
It's a blessing to help people.
Absolutely. And like the stuff from my wife, like the perspective I gained, it gave me a lot of self-awareness. It gave me a lot of different so many things that I could see when I'm sitting in the chair and I see someone struggling, and it makes me feel like, I got you, bro. I know that you're going through something. I'm going through something. We all can be. And it also made me aware that someone could be talking about the football game. We might not be aware that they're going through something. It made me realize, because like some people might just talk to me about anything, right? And I'm having a bad day, and maybe I'm really down, and like they don't know that, but I'm trying to be the coolest I can.
That's the hardest part about being in the position you're
exactly.
in, because you know, even though you have a bad day, you have to put that mask on.
Yeah. I think
Even here on the restaurants, like the servers and the bartenders and me as an owner, like
with many things,
sometimes I don't want to talk to people because I'm stressed out. I have a million things on my mind, but I can't be like that, you know? And that's something I struggled with when I first opened, and I've gotten a few reviews about it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm human just like everybody else, right? And everyone has a bad day, but to learn to put that mask on and still be genuine and be yourself is the hardest but most blissful thing in the world.
Yeah, I do it every day, honestly.
Yeah.
And not in a bad way, like I cover anything up, but like every day I have to be who I have to be. But it's also like super organic and genuine, because that's just who I am. I'm not like forcing anything or anything like that, but I think a lot of the clientele I've got over time, like I'm a good barber, you know, I'm well-rounded. I learned a lot of things. I've taken classes, I've bought courses, I've like studied and studied and studied, because I see where the industry's going, and I want to be super well-rounded with everything. And I think that's like 25-40% of like my reason I get clients, because I'm a good barber. But I think the rest is like I talk with people, I care about them, I'm personable. I think I mess around a lot, you know that. I got jokes. But
sometimes they're funny. They're only jokes.
I bring the
they're
vibe
funny.
up, because when I was going to the studio when I was a kid, like the vibe was crazy. Like it was really fun. And if we, over time, like you lose a barber that doesn't, that was like, you know, life of the party. All of a sudden, someone's got to provide that. And I don't know, you feel like you have a job to do when you're in a barbershop. And even clients like walk in and they feel like they have to. So what's going on, barbershop? And like they feel like they want to have that barbershop vibe.
It's like a family you walk into, you know, and
Yeah.
it's a disconnect from life, honestly.
Yeah, it really
That's
is.
how it's always been for me growing up and going to barbershops. I've always enjoyed it. I kind of am scared for the day that I go bald and I'll lose that.
It's not gonna happen.
But me and Colton already committed that we're going to Turkey together.
Come on, little hairs, they need to grow.
Hey, say it with your chest. Listen, man, we're going to wrap this up. I got a couple last questions for you. You said you guys are done with the Studio Stone. You guys are looking for a third location. Is there anything else that Studio 51 looks forward to doing in 2026?
2026 is just level up, for sure. Just get better.
What does that mean?
So
You can level up in many different ways in life.
I think the special thing about Studio is we don't just talk about things. Like when I'm with the owner, Steven, right, we sit and we have our office at the Toledo Blade Shop. It's a big office, and it's special because like we have an office. It feels like, oh, this is different than other barbershops I'd imagine. Like we actually have a way to sit down and communicate, get on the drawing board, focus on our goals, get to them, and, you know, pinpoint every little thing that we need to work on and schedule everything and do things the right way. And I think that's just special in itself to even talk about it, because a lot of places don't necessarily do anything. You got to hope that you have good barbers in place that'll hopefully bring this, you know, good picture, at least for a little bit. But I think what we do is like special because we're really always focusing on how to get better, and we're doing as much as we can to come up with those things and stay consistent and just keep reaching our goals. And I mean, something like this, like a podcast, we really, really want to do it. And like I said, I commend you because I know it's hard. But it would just be fun to do some barber talk, like outside of the barbershop. Just chop
100%.
it up in a way where it's fun and have different funny people come on and, you know, stuff like that. But there's so many things. There's a countless number of things. I meet with Steven every single Thursday myself to like focus on business and what we can do to grow it and be better. And yeah, a third shop is something that is in the works, and it's just going to be constantly grinding to try to find the next thing. And it's always going to be happening like that. At Studio 51, we care a lot about everything we're doing. We just want to make the best experience we can.
Well, that's awesome. I wish you and Steven the best success possible moving forward. I'll always support you guys. Mm-hmm. Colton, you're a genuine person. You're a father. You're a great barber. The
Thanks, bro.
stuff you've been through these past few years, I commend you for it, and I continue to wish you the best of success, best of luck moving forward, man. And you should always hold your head up high. I appreciate you for coming on and representing the brand and telling your story, man. And
thanks, bro.
thank you so much for
It's
all
really
of
nice
you
'cause
listening.
he's usually a dick.
For all of you, for all of you listening, please go give Studio 51 some love. Please comment, like, and subscribe our YouTube channel. We appreciate you guys. And come in and try the new flatbread. You know, it's going to be $16, available anytime in the month of January. We appreciate you guys, and
Hold on,
we
hold on.
hope to see you guys soon. One last word from the barber himself.
I'm ruining this podcast. I got 2 things to say. First, come down to Studio 51. You won't be disappointed. We'll give you a service that you deserve. See what we're all about. Okay? It's on me. If you don't like your service, it's on me. I promise you. Come check
I'm
us
going to
out.
complain next time I get cut.
Second thing, probably the most important thing of this podcast. I just bought a Jeep. Okay? And it looks nice. But I haven't got any ducks yet. If I could get a duck, I don't want it in an inorganic way. I want it organically. But God, like the shame I feel and like the disappointment that I feel for not getting a duck. Like I didn't know this was gonna happen. I don't even want ducks on the dashboard like a lot of people. I just want just the feeling of like, yo, you deserve a duck. I like that Jeep. I just need something like that because I'm driving around here duckless. So yeah, appreciate you
Rubber
guys.
duck duck.
Thanks, Jordan.
All right, guys. Thank you. Have a great day.